How are we all doing, guys? Welcome back to the Fox's Den for an head shave today. I'm just going to show you these two gifts that's been kindly sent to me from Mark Davies. True gent, Mark, thank you so much for this. I was looking at this other week actually, and I said it on the video that I've been looking at it. And it's the Wickham soaps Apricus with the splash as well. And I forgot what scent notes are, to be fair. I left my laptop downstairs. But it's a really fresh, orangey, zesty smell to it. Floral as well. It's really nice. So I'm not wetting that, I'm going to scrape that. And that's a massive thank you, Mark, again for this. Really big thank you. Very kind of you, sir. Right. That's the soap. We're using Mr. Allen. We're using my Patchouli bowl, what Chuck from Chuck's Shaving Channel sent me. The brush we're using today is the Fox brush, 25mm boaty knot, and it's a cashmere. 1958 coin up bottom. Thank you very much, David. The razor we're using today with 3 new blades in is the Leaf Pivot, and the blades we're using Perma Sharp. So let's get this on the road, let's get started. We'll soak my brush first off in the old, what do they call it? What do they call it? Allspice. Cracking up me, you know, cracking up. Right, take my lads and lasses off. Let's get some of this soap in here. I'm looking forward to using this. Smells amazing. Let's take a bit from corner out there. So how have you all been doing, guys? You all okay? I use my bowl. Love this bowl, it's a great bowl. It mixes lather up, fantastic. Right, let's get this mixed. Oh, I'm back again today, we're going out and all. We're going to, you in America will know, they've just opened it up, well I say just like a few weeks ago, they opened a Wendy's burgers place up in Lincoln, where I live near Lincoln there. And Shell had one other week, said they're fantastic, bet she's had, so I've got to go into Lincoln, so we're going to nip in there and have a Wendy's burger. Good old Wendy's burger. So I thought we'll have a head shave before we go. This lathers up amazing, this does. Look at that, the smell out in this world. Right, that'll do for that, guys. Let me get some water on my head. I was going to tell you a story today, but don't like to leave it until I started today. Anyway, it might go into next week, next shave, to be fair. Oh, that feels amazing. When I used to rent a bit of land off a farmer, not too far from where I live. I used to go camping on it. It's a woodland, like, with a bit of a woodland. And next one on, this woman owned it. Anyway, cut a long story short, her dad was one of the original SAS. You know, David Sterling, he was with David Sterling. And the stories that I've heard, and I've actually got a book out. Well, Lorna, that's Jim Harmon. You call him Gentleman Jim Harmon's. If you look it up on internet, it'll come up that he was the original SAS in Syria, Libya, and in desert and all that lot. And the stories, you know what I mean? And I've read it in book, the stories that man survived. I just do not know how he did it, to be fair. He, just one little story that Lorna, that's his daughter. Lorna and Gloria are his two daughters. And he had a son, John, as well. Right, guys, we're off. Anyhow, cut a long story short, he got captured. I think it was 3 times, and he escaped 3 times from prisoner of war camps where they were. And he wrote home. This particular war camp prisoner of war camp where he were, they were allowed parcels and to wrap. I think it was Italy, I'm not sure, or whatever it were. Anyhow, I can't remember. And they were allowed parcels and letters. So he wrote home, and Gloria told me, like his daughter, said that he asked for a white polo neck sweater to be knitted. And they said, well, why does he want white? Why? So they knitted him this polo neck sweater, white polo neck sweater. And he escaped. And he climbed the Andes in snow, so he wanted this polo neck sweater, so he didn't get seen. And he made it. He made it back to the UK, and he built a boat. This is when he come back, and he built a cabin. Now where my bit of land were, he built a cabin. Unfortunately, I can't really get to it now because it's all overgrown and everything. I can't get, which is a real shame. I've been inside it. Absolutely amazing inside. No electric, no running water, no gas, nothing like that. It's just candle power and a massive open fireplace what he built. And anyhow, back to one of the stories like they were telling me. That they were in desert and they shot this Messerschmitt down in this desert. And pilot were killed. So they took the compass out of cockpit. They chiselled it out or whatever they got it out. And the way they worked it, they got piping. Now whether it was from this Messerschmitt piping, I don't know. And they connected the pipe up. And I've actually seen this. I've seen this Spitfire compass. She showed it me. And they connected a pipe from exhaust to this Spitfire compass on one other side. When they started the Jeep up, this needle would flow and tell them where they were. Absolutely amazing. Some stories. But if you get a chance to buy the book, it's hard reading, to be fair. It is for me because I'm a bit dyslexic like that. And they call it Gentleman Jim, they call the book. Now there's 2 books out. And I've got one. I've got it, so my mate's got it at the moment. But Gentleman Jim Harmon's, his name was. And he did a thing on a TV show thing years ago, like. He died in 2005. I never met him, unfortunately. I didn't get my woodland until about 2010. So, but yeah, some stories absolutely out in this world what he did, you know what I mean? He used to, when they came out, I don't know if you might have ever heard of him, I don't know. A chap called Paddy Main, who were in SAS with Jim Almonds and David Sterling and a few others, wherever they were, I can't remember their names. And this Paddy Main, he was Irish, but he was a bit, actually you've got to be a bit crazy to go in that anyhow, I think, personally. You've got to be, you know what I mean, a nutter, basically a nutter. And this Paddy Main, he went in to this German camp. He walked in with all these explosives and like limpet mines. They limpeted them to these aircraft. They were getting shot at all the time, but he still made it. Right? He blew all this airfield up, and I've seen photos of this thing on internet where they blew this airfield up with all these whatever planes were, Fokkers or Messerschmitts or whatever, I don't know. And they blew it all up. And Paddy Main were really mad. He were crazy, like I think personally. And anyhow, but fantastic, really. But what he did, when they surrendered, eventually Germans surrendered, when they were coming out, he was shooting them. With him being they got their hands over their head, which is wrong, fair enough, but it were in his head, and he was shooting them and killing them, these Germans. And when he actually got demobbed and came out of the army, guess what happened to him? He killed himself. He killed himself because he couldn't cope with a life outside the army, the SAS. He couldn't cope, and he killed himself. What a shame though, but God, I tell you, that gentleman Jim Almonds, he was something else. You know what I mean? It's unreal. If you look up David Sterling and all that lot, and it's Jim Almonds, and he lived just up the road. And best part about it, Jim Almonds, when his son went in SAS. That's not very often, because that is a massive selection, that is, isn't it? And his son went in SAS and all, so John. So that's unreal to get two out in one family in SAS. Big achievement, that is. But anyhow, but stories that I've heard, you know what I mean, what she's told me about him, and they were fantastic bit sounds, you know what I mean. Like I said, I never met him, unfortunately. How good would it be to have him sat around a campfire talking about all his war things like it? It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? But anyhow, it never happened, unfortunately. But some, you know, I mean, other stories that she's told me about him, and like I say, you can read up on it, on David Sterling and that, and it's absolutely amazing. He built himself big gallows, you know, for paratroopers to jump off, and all these gallows he built, and so this log cabin where I can't get access to it, unfortunately. He built it himself, and it's a massive thing, and it's still standing to this day, and it's still rock hard. It really is still rock hard. It's never going to come down. But have a look, guys. If you're interested in all that, obviously. If you're not, then obviously don't. But it's Gentleman Jim almonds. And I'm sure they call the book Gentleman Jim. I'm sure they do. He lived in Lincolnshire. His soap's lovely, Mark. It's slick as hell. Thank you very much once again, mate. It's really kind of you. It's lovely. The scent's lovely. Beautiful scent. Apricus. That'll do it, guys, I think. Dog barking. Right, we'll tip this down the toilet. Make sure there's no in it. There's nothing in it. So we'll have a rinse now. Yeah, a little bit of a story for you while we're having a shave. What a bloke. What a bloke. I said it weren't just him. They were all same, all these original SAS. I've seen a story where they first started it all up. And now they got refused loads and loads of times for starting this SAS up. They got refused from high commanders and things like that. But yeah, fantastic. But to do that, to come back from escaping 3 times, you know what I mean? And this time, like I said, with this white sweater that she knitted him, he made it back to UK. Made it back to UK. Unreal. All that way through. And I'm not right sure what, it'll be Alps, won't it, that way? But snow and everything, and dear me, I don't know. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? I don't know these days. It's unreal. But trying to think of other stuff she told me, like you'll have to get a book or have a look on. You can look on internet. It's on YouTube, I think it is actually. But the original SAS. It'll be on YouTube. So yeah, but what a bloke he were. Jesus. So they did so many airfields and things like that, risking their lives massively, you know what I mean? They're really risking their lives to get these airfields done and things like that. And that's it, that's the way it is. So, right guys, that's lovely, that's beautiful, that is. This is what I'm looking for, this, to put on this on. Apricus splash, and it's alcohol based, but I'm not worried. Plenty on. Oh, the smell is absolutely amazing. It's like a orangey zesty scent. Is lovely. That's fantastic. That really is fantastic, that. So we'll go through what we've been using. We've used the leaf pivot razor. We've used Fox brush, personal brush. We've used the Van Yule leather bowl. We've used Mr. Allen, and we've used Apricus from Wickham's 1912, and Splash, courtesy of Mark Davies. A very kind gift, Mark, thank you. Very much appreciated. And now we'll put a bit of Nivea for men on my head. Oh no, we won't. No, we're not. We're not going to use that because we've got some proper stuff, haven't we? That's the one. We use that. Glossy head lube. Oh, it's just a bit too much. Oh God, it is a gas. Twice I've done that. I put too much on. Put some on my hands. I always put too much on. Yeah, so we're going to go and have this burger now. I'll try and think of some more stories for you for a gentleman's gym. So that's it, guys, for this one. I'm going to get off now, and we're going to say get to Lincoln and go and get one of these Wendy's burgers, what she wants. So thanks all for watching, and we'll see you on the Tuesday shave. Nice face shave Tuesday. Catch you all later. Love you all.